In recent years, video game movies have been having somewhat of a renaissance. A decade ago, if you mentioned video game movies to anyone online, you'd probably just be doing it as a joke. My only concept of video game movies before this recent era was the live-action Super Mario Bros. Movie, and that is not necessarily held in unironic high regard. No one ever really had great expectations of them, and we all just kind of figured they were going to disappoint us in some way. They're probably going to mischaracterize all your favorite characters, nothing is going to look or sound like you want it to, and the story, if it's even still remotely there, is probably just going to be changed to the most generic thing you've ever seen. A more common way to refer to the time period that I just described is BSTH. Before Sonic the Hedgehog. In 2020, a year where nothing of importance happened besides this one thing, Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie, released. And we don't need to rehash that entire story, so here it is in 14 words. Trailer bad, people mad, studio sad, remade what they had, fans glad, new fad. With the success of this Sonic movie, a new era for video game movies everywhere began. Studios saw that if they put in the effort to make the movie for the fans, not only would it put them in a good standing with the fan base, they would also make a lot of money. Also, importantly, I think part of the success of that movie is because the fans felt like they were heard. A lot of times with these video game movies, it feels like we are telling the studios, hey, you're making this wrong, you don't understand what you're doing, it's not connecting with the people. And this felt like the first time where that was said from the fans and the studio was like, okay, you're right. We'll remake it for you. And I think that feeling was like, whoa, like someone heard us. Someone understood us for the first time. Once we entered ASTH, after Sonic the Hedgehog, we started getting quality video game movies that felt like it had the fans in mind as their #1 priority. A perfect example of this is the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. This movie feels like it was made almost exclusively for fans, to the point where if you don't know anything about the lore before you go into this movie, I can't imagine what it felt like to be in that theater. If you're not familiar with the common tropes of 5 kids disappearing, why is this man in a yellow bunny suit saying it always comes back and the audience is freaking out? Like, so much of the main plot points of that movie are greatly enhanced if you already know the lore of that entire story. And because of that, it felt like really kind of nothing was sacrificed when it came to making that movie for the fans. They even used the Living Tombstone song in the credits. Like, truly, beat for beat, they did everything for the fans in that movie. In just a matter of years, we had seen the pendulum swing all the way from video game movies being made for anyone but the fans to video game movies being made for exclusively the fans. And because of that, I think we had finally grown accustomed to holding video game movies to a higher standard. We expected greatness out of them because we knew that we could get that. We felt we deserved that. So when the trailer for the Minecraft movie dropped and it started looking like it had some of those cliches from earlier video game movies, the fan base immediately started getting worried. And the worry and the discourse that came from that initial trailer response kind of just started feeding itself, and the worry got worse, and the expectations grew worse, and the stakes felt higher as time went on. People were joking about an idea that Jack Black might just be saying the names of Minecraft items for the entire movie, which, to be fair, he does say a lot of names of Minecraft items in the movie. Discussion started to center around how are they even going to include all of the entirety of the concept of Minecraft into a movie? How are they going to include enough items that it feels authentic to the game? How are they going to include enough references to YouTubers and different pop culture things that have happened with Minecraft over the years to make it feel like they understand the fan base and that it's being made for them? How can they write a story to a game that so crucially doesn't have a story, and that's what makes it so impactful as a game? I think all of these discussions kind of decided the fate of the movie before it was even released. Because now, regardless of if the movie was good or not, there's no way that it could meet the expectations that people wanted. And this is what started the shift that we saw finally take place when the movie came out. After people had decided that they were probably going to be disappointed in some way by the movie, they decided they were going to do something about it. If they couldn't get the thing that they wanted, the thing they felt they deserved, then they were going to get the next best thing. A good time. Just like with the absurdity surrounding the Minions movie a couple of years ago, people decided to get really ironically excited about the parts of the movie that they knew they weren't going to like. Gripes that people had with the trailer were all of a sudden the things people were most excited to see in the movie. Lines like chicken jockey somehow carried the weight of the world on their shoulders. When I saw the Minecraft movie, my theater was filled with kids that were dressed head to toe in suits. People were quoting lines from the trailer as they happened. You don't need me to tell you this, I'm sure you've seen it online. When the chicken jockey line from the trailer was about to happen in the movie, I swear to God, like 5 or 10 seconds before it even happened, people were standing like this out of their chairs because they were just like building an anticipation for when Jack Black was going to say those words. And as soon as Steve uttered the life-changing words, chicken jockey, into this theater, the crowd erupted with applause, and I felt like I had just seen the snap from Endgame again. When the movie ended, they all stood up and started hugging each other. They were fake crying. It was a character commitment that they were doing for no one else but themselves. And this is what made the Minecraft movie such an interesting experience for me, because I had a really fun time while I was there, and clearly everyone else did too. And also, there were a lot more parts of the movie that I actually really enjoyed than I thought there would be. There were still a lot of parts of the movie that I didn't like as much, but the weird part was, it didn't really matter. The whole experience stopped being about the movie before it even came out. The feeling in the air leading up to the movie's release was that, to some degree, we had been misunderstood, or something had gone at least slightly wrong in the communications between the fans and the studio making this movie. And it felt like there was no way that we could change how it was going to end up. We had no control as to what this movie we wanted to love was going to look like. And here's the thing, I don't even think that's the movie's fault either. I think that the ways that this movie kind of misunderstood the fan base are pretty small compared to any of those early video game movies. There's clearly so much heart here, and the fans are absolutely a priority when it came to making this movie. I think we're existing in such a high-pressure, exhausting time in the world right now that it honestly just all of the time feels like companies are misunderstanding or not doing things for us. And it also feels like we don't really have any control to change that. So when there was already some concerns very early on with that trailer, pairing that with the feeling that we're all feeling constantly and our past experiences with video game movies, I think people decided, I'm going to find a way to feel like I have control in this situation. Minecraft is such an important thing to so many people, and I think they just weren't content to let that movie be something different than what they wanted it to be. We all felt like we deserved something from it. One, because we've seen that video game movies can be of good quality, and that we do deserve that good quality. And two, I think because Minecraft is such a thing that has impacted us in so many ways. At least the core Minecraft fan base, I imagine, would say it has been hugely influential in their life. Maybe it's been a good creative outlet. Maybe it's been a way that they've connected with friends over the years. And I think because there was a chance that that same meaning wasn't going to be given to them through the movie, we felt like, well, we're gonna have to give it to ourselves. There were a lot of parts of this movie that were really good. I don't at all feel like this is one of the video game movies of old. From the use of the C418 soundtrack to the Technoblade reference to all of the YouTuber cameos, you can feel all of the heart that they were putting into this movie for the fans. It's clear that they wanted this movie to be the best that it could be. Even the cast clearly loves this movie and wanted the fans to love it as well. One of the sweetest stories from the making of this movie is the fact that Sebastian Hansen, the actor who plays Henry in the movie, is the one that suggested to the director that they include a reference to Technoblade. There's also this clip of Jack Black talking in an interview after the trailer had come out, but before the movie had come out, where you can tell he's really sad and upset that the fans aren't connecting with the trailer in the way that they wanted them to. Parts of this movie were really good, and the parts of this movie that weren't that good still kind of felt good because of the way that the audience reacted to it. All of the fans that went to go watch this movie decided that they were going to do what they could within their realm of control to make this an enjoyable movie. And so all of those parts that were maybe not connecting somehow connected. All of this leaves me really confused as to what we're even supposed to think about this movie, because it kind of became something else than a movie. I left feeling like I had a great time, and it's clear that the fans wanted to love it and that the people making it also loved it and wanted the fans to love it. I do also think, though, that we would maybe be more critical of this movie if we weren't maybe in need of a win. If it weren't constantly feeling like there was no agency or control that we have as consumers and that companies just most of the time don't understand us. If we all didn't love Minecraft so much that we felt like we were going to make this work no matter what. I don't really think people are interested in asking, is this movie good now anyways? We all wanted that win. The audience wanted it. The people that made the movie wanted it. We all wanted that to work. And I think we just took what we could do. We mixed it with all of the things that were right and wrong with the movie, and we made it work. Or I guess you could say we mined what we could from the things that we had, and we crafted an experience that was good for everyone. She chicken on my jockey. No. She flint on my steel. This isn't working. Hey everyone, thanks for watching this video. I know I haven't talked about movies on this channel at all, but I decided I wanted to make a video about it. I was encouraged by some friends, and also I did write a 5-paragraph essay review on Letterboxd about this movie, and so I thought, well, why not just keep saying more words about it? Sorry for adding another Minecraft movie video to your feed. Thank you for clicking it if you did. If you like this video, please consider liking the video, or hey, even subscribing to the channel, not the video. Okay, this fit nowhere in the script, but I wanted to share it. There were a lot of references in this movie to like popular Minecraft things that have happened, and I think I saw one that I haven't seen mentioned yet. Spoilers, kind of. In a later part of the movie, Henry is knocked off of a high point. He's kind of on top of a tower, and all of a sudden his character gets launched off. And he falls in slow motion. If I'm remembering this correctly, which I might be totally misremembering it, I think it looks kind of like the final scene in the Fallen Kingdom music video. I think that's what they're referencing. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm gonna say it is. I'm gonna do what I can with what I have control over and say that that was a reference, and it was really sweet that they did that. Yo, how long has that thing been there? Jesus. It's editing Josh here. I just realized that I had the opportunity to make a creeper aw man joke, just like the movie did, and neither of us made that joke. Shucks.